Hi everyone, Happy New Year. I hope this has been a good transitioning day for you. I hope, through the night you were able to reflect on how 2018 went and you're ready to start 2019 anew. You're ready to make some evolutions for yourself, okay? This is actually your daily reading for what day is this? Tuesday, January 1st, 2019. Yay, it's 2019. And after this video uploads, or while it's uploading, I'm going to be recording your yearly overview as well as probably the monthly reading. Since I forgot to do that last month, I want to make sure I get on that. So look out for those sometime later today. It is going to take me a little bit more time to record those two, so I'm going to go ahead and do this one, prepare it, upload it for you, and then move on to recording the other two. So hopefully you'll see those before the end of the day. Let's go ahead and get started and see how your day's going to go. What is your overall reading for this, the first day of 2019, Tuesday, January 1st, 2019? What is your overall guiding energy for this day? The first card pulled for this whole year. And you have free from judgment, free to love, right? I think this is a beautiful start to the year. This is a message telling you that, it's okay to be yourself. It is okay to live your truest, most authentic self, to live your life. I'm gonna fix this light. So, I think the message here is that you have to allow yourself to feel the loving and nurturing, mothering energy of the earth, of the universe, especially when you're transitioning into something. And, much of the world uses this calendar, meaning like most of the world is putting energy into this new beginning, putting energy into new starts and change and transitioning. So this is a perfect time for you to really start to nurture your dreams, nurture yourself. Anything that you've maybe put off last year, any parts of self-care that you didn't necessarily do as much as you would have liked to. This is the time for you to make a plan. This is the time for you to really indulge in self-care, indulge in self-love, and indulge in giving love to whoever you want to. Don't wait for permission to love. And that includes loving yourself. That includes loving, just strangers. That includes, romantic. That includes family. That includes friends. Tell people that you love them. Today is the day for you to just open your heart up and express these emotions, express these feelings, okay? Let's look a little bit deeper or a little bit closer and see with your aspirational card what this may be pertaining to. And it also will help us to understand, if you're able to overcome your challenges, what kind of energy you should be working towards, what kind of energy you should aspire to. So what is your aspirational card for today, for Tuesday, January 1st, 2019? What is your aspirational energy today? For whoever this reading is meant to help or guide or heal. You have the Three of Cups. Again, it is telling you, show people that you love them. Show people that you appreciate them. Celebrate. Get with your loved ones and, just have a day where you're all together and you're all laughing and you're all comfortable and joyful. And I know this isn't possible for everybody, but this is your aspirational card, meaning this is something you need to work towards. This is something that even if it doesn't seem like it's immediately possible, it is in the realm of possibility for you. It is something that you can work towards and try to achieve for today. This is like an overflowing, an abundance of love, an abundance of joy, an abundance of connection. Okay, so this goes hand in hand with the free from judgment, free to love. Share love, connect with people, have a good time, celebrate, the new year, celebrate all that you've been able to go through, that you've experienced in 2018. Whether it was a positive experience or a negative experience, you made it to today. So celebrate that. Celebrate, all of the good that's in your life and all of the success that you have achieved and everything that you've learned in the last year, okay? And do that with love in your heart. Do that with love and light in your heart. So let's see what your challenge is on the physical level. And this could be anything concerning your body, your health, your work, your relationships, all relationships, not just romantic, friend relationships, family relationships, work relationships, strangers, like just people, how you interact with people and how you deal with people. This could also be like your financial standing or your home life or your career or your job. So it could be anything that's just challenging you. I'm asking what's on the forefront here for you today. What is your top challenge on the physical level today for Tuesday, January 1st, 2019? What is your physical challenge? You're the King of Coins. So you might either be having trouble financially. You might be worrying about, how you're going to move into this new year financially, how you're going to make certain plans, make certain changes. It's daytime in New York, so you might be hearing some alarms a little bit. But yeah, how are you going to be able to make these financial changes in your life, whether it's a new job or some new sort of business endeavor, or you may be on some sort of assistance and that's changing because of there's in the United States there's a government shutdown, and if you have federal assistance that may be a problem for you if the shutdown continues for a while. So you might just be worrying about like your financial standing and how you're going to make ends meet and how you're going to, survive the next month. And, I think this challenge today is pretty, I think it's pretty prominent for you today because it's the new year. So all these new things are happening. And especially if you're used to getting certain funds on the first of the month, then it's possible that, that's not something that's happening right now, or it's possible that next month that could be in jeopardy. And so you're very worried about your financial standing today. Alternatively, you could just be not feeling very grounded. You could be feeling very lofty, loopy, very disconnected from the world. Even if, you're just doing your normal thing, it could be just one of those days where everything seems like you're floating through a dream. Everything feels like, it's just not quite tangible. It's not quite real yet for some reason. And you're just not really sure how to navigate that or how to get back down to earth. So so those are the two things I'm getting, is that you're either too not grounded or not like feeling connected today, or you're seriously worrying about your finances. Okay, so let's see what we can do to overcome your challenge and maybe understand a little bit more about what it is, whether it's one or the other. I mean, it could be, this is a general reading, so, it could be some of you have one issue, some of you have the other, and we'll see. What is your method or your message to overcome your challenge on the physical level concerning the King of Coins and your worry that you may lose some finances, or you don't know how to deal with your finances, your financial changing status, or you're just not feeling very grounded. So how can you overcome whichever is the most prominent challenge today, Tuesday, January 1st, 2019? So you have the King of Cups and the Nine of Swords. So I think the message here is that this situation that you're in right now it's not impossible to free yourself from. I think you might be stuck in thinking about the negatives. You might be stuck in this worry state. And I do think maybe it has to do with some finances. It could also have to do with like your boss or some other person who has a position of authority in your life and how they're wielding that authority. And I think with the King of Coins, it does probably have to do with your financial status. But the message of the King of Cups is, to reconnect with what, with your love, your center of love. Like I feel like maybe you're feeling disconnected or you're feeling worried and you're not able to focus on the things that you love. You're not able to focus on what matters to you. And you're just kind of stuck in this place of like worry, this place of fear, this place of being held down. And I do think with the Nine of Swords and the King of Cups here, it might have to do with someone else. And whether that's you blaming someone else who doesn't deserve that blame, or whether they're actually affecting you, getting out of the situation, the answer is still the same. You're able to do that on your own. You're able to break yourself away from this. You might be afraid. You might be afraid of, the danger of trying to escape. You might be afraid of what information could come to you, what you could learn. That could change the way you see things, could change the way you're experiencing things. So you're just definitely just, I feel like there's just so much fear here. Like, look at her. There's apprehension, there's fear, there's worry. She's holding herself in this very protective way, even though she's safe behind, she's in a warm bed, she's in a nice, it looks like a nice safe place. She's behind these sword bars, this sword grate, but it's almost like a princess caught in a tower. Like, yeah, she's in a safe bubble, but there's so much outside, and she's either too afraid to go and check it out because of what could possibly change and bring for her, or she's telling herself that she's comfortable here and denying that fear. Like, she may be acknowledging it, you may be acknowledging that the changes you're trying to make, or the freedom that you're trying to achieve to get out of whatever the situation is. You're telling yourself that it's not in your control. You're telling yourself that there's nothing you can do, that there's no escape for you. But the fact is, that's not true. The fact is, that's just your perspective right now. That's just how you're looking at it. And I think you do need to change your perspective to a more love-oriented perspective, a more joy-oriented perspective, something that says, you know what, I am in power here. I am able to break myself out of the situation, and I really have to sit and think about, how am I supposed to break out of my cage? And when I do that, am I going to move forward in fear, or am I going to move forward in love? Okay? So let's see what's going on underneath, maybe why you're suffering with this kind of trapped feeling, this kind of fear and inability to break out. And I do think, again, this has to do with your finances on the physical level. At the very least, it's like you feel like whether it's someone else who's keeping you from making money, or whether you're just stuck to this, like, this path, like, people make plans, but the plans don't always work out, and people get stuck on the idea that there's only one path to their goal, that there's only one way to achieve something. But that's not true for most things. Most plans that we make are not linear. I mean, like, most paths that we try to pursue, they're not just a straight line. There are other ways to make them happen. There are ways to make them happen for you. But you're kind of stuck in this idea of like, my finances aren't where they're supposed to be, and I'm trying to get them where they're supposed to be, but I'm stuck. And whether it's because my boss isn't paying me enough, or the president isn't paying us, or like my spouse isn't letting me work enough or something. Here's the thing, you're in control of everything. No one has that choice over how you live your life. No one has a choice. No one can force you to stay stuck in financial imprisonment. There is a way out. There's always a way out. You just have to get creative and really, really think about, what is it, what life are you going to love living? What is it that's going to make you feel like it's worth getting out of bed every day, So what's going on underneath that's challenging you, that might be affecting this mindset, that might be affecting this trapped feeling that you're dealing with? What is going on? under the surface on the mental, emotional, and spiritual level, challenging you for Tuesday, January 1st, 2019. What is your challenge today on the mental, emotional, and spiritual level for Tuesday, January 1st, 2019? Interesting. So you have the Two of Swords here. And yeah, it's like you feel like you're doing a balancing act. I mean, look at her. You feel like, you know, one wrong move and everything's gonna fall apart. You're very much in your head today. You're very much thinking like, if I do this and it goes bad, then I'm screwed. And if I do this and it goes bad, then I'm also screwed. And you're just trying to like figure out which way to go. But you're not really sure. You're very much stuck between a choice. You're very much stuck between um, two possibilities of failure and two possibilities of success. And your problem is that you are so afraid of the fall. You're afraid of the failure, that you're not going either way right now. You're just kind of stuck. And it could be that, you know, you're afraid. It could also just be that you think you're being prudent. You are telling yourself that you're being wise and you're being prudent and this is the safe thing to do, but your position is inherently wobbly right now. Like you are, the way where you're standing right now, eventually it's going to go one way or the other. The thing is, either you're going to make that choice or you're just going to let the wind blow you, okay? Like you're letting yourself be at the mercy of everything else, at the mercy of the world, at the mercy of the way things pull you, instead of making choices and taking control of this situation. So let's see what you can do to overcome that challenge. What can you do to overcome this balancing act that you're doing, that, you know, you're kind of letting the universe or what other people, especially I'm getting other people, you're letting other people drive you or tell you how you're supposed to live, or you're just going with the way things are, even though there are options for you to change this situation. And the way things have been going for you, you know, this isn't your challenge position, so it's not necessarily, it hasn't been leading you down the right path. It hasn't been helping you in any significant way, you know. And like I said, either way, you're gonna fall. You're gonna go one way or another. The thing is, you're either gonna decide which way to go and take control of your life, or the universe is gonna do something for you or to you, or you're just gonna wait for things to happen to you, and that's just not gonna play well for you. So let's see what you can do to overcome your challenge on the mental, emotional, and spiritual level for Tuesday, January 1st, 2019. You have the Emperor again. You had this yesterday too. And you have the Ten of Pentacles, right? So, this choice is entirely yours to make. And you need to do that. You really need to stop and look at the alternative. Look at what could happen if the world just chooses for you. And, you know, if you have to, write a list of pros and cons. Do something to use some of that logical mind of yours and take control of the situation. You're the master here. You may have been dealing with the King of Coins. You may have been dealing with the King of Cups, which means you may be dealing with someone outside of yourself, but you're the master of this situation, okay? The Emperor trumps the King. You are the master, you're the controller, you're the one who's going to decide how this works. And you know what? We have the whole zodiac wheel here, which means you have this whole year to make a change for yourself, and you're in control of however this year plays out. This isn't just a today message. This is, you know, this is your life. This is your year. This is time for you to really step up and take control. And once you're able to do that, you're going to find some serious abundance, some serious success here. All right. And, you know, I don't think you have to worry about someone else coming in and trying to take that from you. I don't think you have to worry about, you know, any kind of dangers. I mean, here we have like these very sweet little creatures. We have a turtle, you know, so you can be grounded this year. You can really connect with your goals and really, you know, get on the ball and start moving, start making these changes, because there is such success in the works for you, but you have to grasp at it. You have to um, reach for it. You can't just wait for it to fall into your lap. This change isn't going to happen. You're going to be, if you don't start making some changes this year, if you don't take control of your life and of your destiny, of your existence this year, then this can't be available to you. So you're going to have to, you know, remember what's possible for yourself. Remember that what you're capable of. Remember what you know, wisdom you learned over the years to get to where you are now. Because like I said, you know, you made it through the last year. You made it through the year before that. However many years you've been alive, you're here today. And that means you can take control. That means you can improve things that need to be improved. You can take care of yourself. You can nurture yourself. You can nurture your dreams and nurture your goals, and take the steps towards that today. Every day there's something you can do. I know a lot of people, like I said, set plans for themselves, and they treat it as if it's the only way to actually get to where they want to go, the only way to achieve what they're trying to achieve. But it's not. There's never just one way. You need to figure out what ways work best for you and what's going to get you on that path sooner, because the sooner you're on that path, the sooner you can achieve your abundance, and the sooner you can live a free life, the sooner you don't have to feel like this Nine of Swords, like you're trapped under someone else's rule, like you're trapped under in some specific path. Okay, take that leap and do what you need to do. You know, again, if you have to write pros and cons, write pros and cons, whatever it is to help you remember that you are in control of your destiny. You are in control of your life. And this year, this whole year, you have power. You have infinite, amazing, magical, spiritual, basic human power that everyone possesses to make a change in their life. So get started. Take that first step today, so that you can get closer and closer to this abundance. Remember that this is possible for you. Keep that in mind. Remember always that this is possible for you, and it's all up to you how to achieve it. Okay? So let's see what your energy is to end this day. How are you going to close out this day, regardless of, you know, or depending on your choices, whatever choices you end up making? How are you going to close out this day, Tuesday, January 1st, 2019? And thank you so much for being here. Like I said, after this video, I'm going to go ahead and upload it, and then I'll be recording the yearly reading and the monthly reading, so look out for those later today. And until then, how are you going to close out this Tuesday, January 1st, 2019? You have the Nine of Pentacles, right? And you have the Eight of Cups. So we got a lot of Pentacles and Cups going on today. And with the Nine of Pentacles, you know, I think you're going to remember that you can do this and you don't need anybody else. You know, eventually you might want someone else to be to help you, to guide you. You might need, like, I don't know, secretaries or just friends and family or somebody. But right now, you know, you are totally capable of making these achievements on your own. And if you're going to be a little bit proud of that, fine, be proud. Let that part of you that is afraid of being great, let that fly. Let that out today. Like, it's the new year. Remember that you are wonderful, you are amazing, you're magical, and you're transformative. And it is time for you to really take on the helm in your life and say, you know what, I want to change. I don't want to spend another year in the same place. I don't want to spend another year, in the exact same job with literally no change in my life. I don't want to spend another year, just doing the same old, same old, same old over and over and over again. It is time for you to bring about all this abundance, all of it. Like, there's so much available to you, and you have to take charge of your life. And with the Eight of Cups, I think this is telling you it's time for you to let go of that emotional baggage. Let go of the things that aren't serving you. Let go, whether it's unhealthy relationship, or whether it's a job that hasn't served you, whether it's just a mindset of like this feeling trapped, or feeling like someone else is to blame, or someone else is in control of your path, or just this lazy waiting that a lot of people do, this just waiting for change to happen, to fall into your lap. Whatever it is, it's time for you to let go and start a new journey. Okay, he's ready to move. He is ready to move forward, and he is releasing everything that's been holding him back and holding him down and slowing him down. And that's what you need to do. Let go of these things that are slowing you down or holding you back from your true potential, because you have it, and you have every ability to do it on your own. And you might need to do it on your own, especially this has to do with like someone you're in a relationship with, and financially you're in two different mindsets, or your life is in two different mindsets. It might be time for you to let that go. It might be time for you to say, this isn't serving me anymore, and I am able and willing to survive and exist and thrive and find success on my own, because it's time for you to let something go. And with the Eight of Cups, that does typically have to do with like romance, or emotions, at least mindsets. So whatever it is that just hasn't been serving you this last year, it's time to reevaluate its worth in your life, its place in your life. And it's time for you to let a lot of things go that have just not been serving you, so that you can reach for this abundance, so that you can find this greatness that already exists within you. Okay? So thank you so much for being here. I'll see you a little bit later with the yearly and monthly readings, and I will see you tomorrow for your next daily reading. Thank you so much, and remember always that I love you. Bye.